Hello, everybody. This intro section of my video is messed up. I didn't know for the 4 minutes that I rambled on at the beginning of this video that my voice was not being recorded. So I'm sorry about that. So I'm just going to try and remember some of what I said anyway. And then when I'm done talking, I'll just clip the video at that point and let the rest of it finish out. Fortunately, the rest of the video was fine. All the other clips had my voice in it. This is the second time this has happened, and I don't know why it happened because my speaker wasn't picking up anything, which meant there was some kind of connection, but no sound was coming out. So anyway, the date today is the 26th of January, 2024. Uh, and the first thing I remember saying is that the next clip you're going to see was actually supposed to be the last 2 minutes of the previous video. For some reason, I forgot to attach it. And once you've uploaded it to YouTube, there's no way, natively anyway, to add it. So it's going to be the next clip. So that's actually stepping back a few days. And then after that, that's a 2 minute clip. And then after that, we'll go back to today. Um, so I remember talking about the weather because it's much warmer today. You don't see any snow on the ground at all. You just see that lake that I've been working with in the backyard, which has been a real pain. So today, the big thing that I was going to attempt to do is to actually move the car under its own power about 30 feet or so up the driveway to where there's not standing water like that, so I can continue to work, because the next things I need to do are work under the car to remove the gas tank, clean it, put it back, and also to remove what's left of the resonators and then put the new ones in, and the rest of the exhaust system that I've got. So that's what I'm working toward. I remember saying all that. Um, I was also remembering that the carburetor had acted up and that the accelerator pump wasn't working. So I was going to take another look at that to see if I could figure out what was wrong with that. And I remember saying something about I took pictures of everything before I took it apart, so I should have reassembled it the way it was supposed to be, but I didn't know that it was also possible to assemble it backwards. So I definitely was going to take a closer look at that. Um, and that's all I can remember. So, however far that takes us in this video, I'm going to just stop it there and cut off the rest because I don't remember what else I prattled on for 4 minutes. So anyway, it was starting out to be a lot of fun. So we'll see how the rest of this video goes. Thought I would put another finishing touch here for the day. Put my new air filter in place, my painted air cleaner. I'll take my wing nut off here that I bought at the hardware store. And I'm going to start it up one last time. See what it sounds like with the air cleaner in place. Probably won't be much different, but... Oh, I guess I need a washer, don't I? Maybe not. Okay. There we go. Look at that. That definitely gives it a finishing touch. So let me disconnect my battery charger. That poor battery is definitely being drained. That's going to be one of my next priorities, is figuring out what's going on with the charging system. So let me turn this off real quick. Okay. So I just want to see this thing start up again. Hopefully it'll start. It's been sitting for a little while now. I did fill up the power steering reservoir. All right, let's see what happens here. Simulate the use of my feet with my hand. Oh yeah. She started right up. Awesome, look at that. Woo. Now I'm not worried about fine tuning right now and doing all that, setting the idler air mixture perfectly and the timing perfectly. The whole goal of today was just to see if it would even run, and it does. Looks like she's idling a little rough right now, but like I said, not worried about that kind of thing right now. The main thing is she runs. So now I can start refining in other areas. I checked the oil level was fine. I haven't checked the water level, but I'm sure it's fine too. And I just can't believe how relatively quiet it is back here. Anyway, I may wrap it up right now. I don't know if I will. I really need to figure out what's going on with the charging system. It's got to have something to do with the wiring under the dash here. There's still a lot of stuff unplugged. At least I hope that's what it is. Otherwise, I'll have to dig a little deeper into that one. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here, but this tube that I got from Classic Tube is basically the same problem as I got with the other one. It's not right. It doesn't fit right. It's too long, as you can clearly see. It won't match up. I then went and looked at the original style fuel pump that I have, the 3-port, just to see if the filter is facing differently or something, but it's not. It's dimensionally the same as far as the gas filter goes, so that's not it. So I'm not understanding why two different manufacturers sent me tubes that aren't right. I mean, it's not even close. It's just as bad. It's off just as far as the first one was. You can see how much I had to bend the other one that's hooked up right now. I mean, this, I'd have to do exactly the same thing with this in order to make it work. I'd have to bend it all, crazy. So it's like, I don't understand. I spent quite a bit of money on the second tube too. I don't get it. If somebody has any clues about that, I'd love to hear them. Any ideas? So basically, I wasted my money on that second tube, and I'm not going to bother trying to install it. I'll just stick with the one that I've already got on there that works just fine. Now that I bent it to force it to fit. So anyway, there's a lot of water under here. Most of it, I guess, is just from all the rain that we had, and the fact that it's high off the ground. I don't like it, seeing the water up there. I'm hoping I didn't develop a water leak. I don't think so, because I think, then again, I don't know. I think I just saw a drip coming out of there. That fitting might be leaking again. I'm going to have to dry that, and when I start the car back up, see if I got a leak there. Maybe that hose clamp needs to be retightened or something. I don't know, but I did top off the overflow tank. It was a little bit low, but not bad. So next thing I'm gonna do is take a closer look at this that green or this pump here, just to see if I've done something wrong with the way I have it set in there, and look at my pictures again before I try to start the car. Well, now I had to share something interesting. I just pumped the gas and I saw gas squirt into the carburetor. Let's see if it does it again. Yeah, see, now it's working. It's like it healed itself just sitting here. It's like, I'm really confused. But what I don't understand is why the choke didn't just set itself. It didn't set. It's still wide open. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's like it's stuck for some reason. So, well, anyway, that's not a big deal right now. I just want to get the thing started again so I can check the transmission out, make sure it's going to turn the wheels. All right, we're sitting inside the car now. I'm going to try and start this from inside the car. I got the choke plate closed. I'm not sure why it was sticking. Something else I'll need to look at eventually, but I got my fuel source hooked back up. This should work because the accelerator pump magically is working today. I don't know what's going on. I'll give it a couple more pumps and let's see what happens. Look at this. Oh, did you hear that? It started right up. I got lights too here all of a sudden. It's like somebody fixed my car. And there she goes. She's running. Now, this was the oil pressure light that went out, so that's a good sign. I do believe that's the alternator light telling me that my system's not charging, but at least I have a warning light now. So, she started up pretty well. I'm happy with that. Let me see. Let me look at my gauges here. No, that's not the alternator light. Oh, that's the trunk light. Okay. I wonder if it's charging all of a sudden this morning. Man, did my car heal itself? Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh my goodness. Let's see if the horn works. Not real well. Got work to do with the horn too, but that's okay. Not important right now. But she sounds pretty good. Still got some stuff that's burning off the exhaust manifold, looks like. Give it a little gas here. Fast idle cam is probably not set high enough. But she started pretty easily. Pretty happy about that. Okay, I'm going to go outside now and let it warm up for a couple of minutes here. I'll shut this trunk so I can watch my trunk light go out. You can see I'm already getting set to take the car down off of the jacks. All right, trunk light went out, so that works. For some reason, I thought the trunk open light was somewhere else. Maybe I'm thinking of convertibles, because I think the convertible, it's on the main part of the dash, but I don't even remember for sure. It's been so long since I had my convertible anymore. I got to see if that charging system is working. I wasn't expecting to see lights on the dash like that since I didn't do anything yet. Let's see here. Let me find my little analyzer thing. Where did I put it? Oh boy. You see how organized I am, huh? I don't even know where I put it. All right, I'm going to locate that, and then I'll start the video back up. All right, when I plug the analyzer back in, it's still not charging. My choke did open back up, so it's doing what it's supposed to. Sounded pretty good. Once I get the exhaust system replaced, I might be able to tell a little bit more from listening to the exhaust. I don't think there's a miss. Yeah, you really can't tell right now. It's too noisy. I think it's okay. It's running pretty smooth, so I'm happy. I'm gonna let it run for a couple more minutes, let it warm up. Then I'm gonna put it in gear. I'll set the tripod up over there so you can see the wheels if they're gonna spin or not. And I may see if I can find a way to get a picture underneath with the drive shaft turning. And the muddy water that I have to walk through here. Yay, what fun. But that's all right. It's warm, so I don't mind. I'll do this any day over the cold snow. All right, let's see. Let's put this air cleaner on. And there you can see it idling away. Looking pretty good. Let's go with the air cleaner on it. I got to keep track of the time because I do have a job that I have to go do. That'll keep me away for an hour or so, and then I can come back and play some more. But I have time to try and put it in gear, see what happens. All right, I'm going to demonstrate what I'm doing inside the car. I'm going to use the emergency brake. I'm going to step on it right now and set it. Now, for the first time, since this car's been running, I'm going to try and put it in gear. Let's see what happens when I put it in reverse. Absolutely nothing. Let's try putting it in drive. Ooh, nothing is happening. That's interesting. I thought I would have a transmission that would engage. Maybe it's completely empty of fluid. I knew when I checked the dipstick when there was nothing on it, I knew it might be low, but I didn't think it was completely empty. Let me release the parking brake here. There's it. There it is. Make sure the wheels aren't actually turning. Oh, they're definitely not turning. Okay, well, I guess the next thing I gotta do is go buy some transmission fluid. All right, it's a little bit later in the day now. I've been gone for a couple hours. I went to the store, got 3 quarts of Type F transmission fluid. That's all they had. I hope that's enough. I had most of a quart left here too, so I've put almost 3 quarts in now. And I'm gonna start the car back up here in a minute and see if that's enough to engage. If not, I'll put the last quart in. And so a couple things that I acquired recently. Got these on Amazon and last night, and they're already here today. Isn't Amazon cool? Here's my 3/16 fuel line that I was talking about that I don't have right now. That'll be for the return line under the hood. And hopefully there'll be enough left over. I don't know if that's the same size under the car at the gas tank. If it is, I'm set. I also bought my first compression tester, digital one. I thought that would be easier for me to read. Got all the adapters and all that for the spark plugs. When I was researching this, I thought I had to get these adapters in SAE sizes, but I read that historically spark plugs have always been metric sizes. I didn't know that. Did you know that? That was something new that I learned, because at first I was like, I can't find a tester that's going to work on my car, but these should work. And I did look at the spark plug specs, and they are listed in millimeters as far as the threads, the ones that are on my car. So I just never really paid much attention to it before. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I also bought yet more exhaust parts, because these nice tips here that I bought, I didn't realize they were chrome actually. I don't really care that they are, but it is kind of nice. But they didn't slide right on my muffler there, because they ended up being the same size as that, so they wouldn't go on. So I managed to find some adapters here, connectors really, that are the same size on both sides. These are 2 1/8. So they fit very nicely on the muffler there, and then this will slide in there. Then I got some clamps that will hold all that assembly together. So that's the rear part of the muffler. That'll be at the back of the car. So now I really do have everything I need to put the exhaust system in. So let me go see what happens with this transmission now. I just pulled the dipstick out. It still shows low, and that's with the engine cold, not running. I think if I remember correctly, that fluid level is going to be way above the full mark when it's cold. So I'm going to put my last quart in, but that should be enough to engage it. At least I hope so, because that'll be almost 4 quarts of transmission fluid I put in. My friend that went with me to Kentucky to buy this engine and transmission reminded me that that transmission leaked a lot of fluid because I didn't have a plug in the dipstick tube, so it's sloshed around back there, and I guess I lost more fluid than I realized. So should be done here shortly. All right, we're back in the cab of the car. I'm going to try this again, start her back up, and see what happens when I put the transmission in gear. Okay, she starts up pretty nicely. I'm real happy about that. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, parking brake set, putting it in reverse. There it went. She went in reverse. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in drive. Okay, there it went. Seemed like there was a delay, but I'm also still a little bit low on fluid too, but she definitely went in gear. Let's see, let me see if the wheels are turning. They shouldn't be. With the parking brake applied. Okay, good. The parking brake is holding. So now let's release the parking brake and see what happens. I should see the speedometer cable moving. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I don't see the speedometer cable moving. Let's see if the wheels are turning. Oh, they are. Look at that. Let's look underneath, see what the drive shaft looks like. Because of the differential. I guess that's not really an issue. Maybe, I don't know why the speedometer cable's not spinning. Well, that's not important right now. Let me use the brake here. That better stop it. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's not moving before I try to put it in park. I don't want to ruin my parking here. It worked. Yeah, that parking brake works. All right, so with that, shut the car back off. No, let's check the fluid level. Let's see what it looks like right now. All right, well, as you can see, it's still very low. I don't see any fluid at all on there with it running. So I'll have to go and buy some more transmission fluid, but that's okay. At least I know it works now. It went in gear. I'm gonna go take a peek at those transmission cooling lines. Make sure they're not leaking. All right. What I can see, yeah, I don't see any leaking there, so that's good. Okay, very good. So now I can continue on. I'm going to get the car down off the jacks next and move the car under its own power. All right, I'm about to attempt to move the car under its own power. I've taken it down off the jacks. The gas can, of course, is still sitting on the hood, but the hood is mostly closed, so I'm going to start it, put it in gear, and just kind of let it coast at idle down the driveway until I get to where I want to be, which is somewhere over there. And hopefully I can stop before I hit my other Lincoln over there. I just realized you might not have heard too much of that. I don't have my earbuds in. Anyway, I'm about to move the car under its own power. And I'm hoping that I can stop it so I don't hit my other Lincoln over there in the driveway. I'm sure I can stop it. I wouldn't do this if I didn't think I could stop it. So I'm just gonna let it idle forward. So I got the camera positioned so you can see it moving. And you should be able to hear it running since I don't have my earbuds in. So we're gonna go back in the car, set in it, and attempt to move it. So here we go. All right, folks, that was another milestone. She moved under her own power. I'm sure glad I got an emergency brake. I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing that otherwise. So I'm going to do a little cleaning up here and decide if I want to continue working. I think I do. So we'll see what I do next. All right, here's a quick update. It's getting toward the end of the day. It's 11:04. Probably got about an hour of daylight left, maybe, on this cloudy day. So as you can see, I've got the car back on jack stands in the rear. I've removed the wheels. I've been working underneath the car in the back now. My intent is to remove the resonators, what's left of them, and drop the gas tank. So far I've gotten the pipes disconnected right there, the inlet pipes, and I took off the connecting pipe that was on this side. And I've sprayed down the nuts that hold the gas tank in place there, and also up here that hold the resonators to the hangers up there. I don't know how easily that's going to come loose. I'm hoping I have enough clearance under here to drop the gas tank, because otherwise I have to figure out a way to get the car even higher off the ground than I've got it right now. That could be a bit of a challenge on a gravel driveway. And I got to disconnect the old fuel lines. I don't even know if you can see them in here, but they're there. I'm going to unplug the electrical connection too right now. So moving along. I don't know if I'll get any of this done, removed tonight, but I should have plenty of time Saturday to keep going on this. All right, as you can see, I was able to disconnect the connection there, the electrical connection, and I cut the fuel lines. I'll replace those, of course, with new line. And a little bit of old gas dripped out of there too. It's like, oh, this stuff looks nasty. I'm not sure what the inside of the tank is going to look like, but hopefully it's mostly just varnish and no rust, but we'll see. So now I'm going to take the filler neck loose from the up here at the top and get that filler tube out. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for the day. I'm running out of light, and I'm having trouble getting the filler tube out. It's hard to get to underneath the car, not much to grab on. I've removed the retaining bolts that were here, but I can't get it pried out. I tried using this for a while. It moves a little bit, but I'm going to go check my owner's manual, make sure I'm not missing a critical step here before I break something. But overall, though, I'm very happy with today. I mean, the car actually moved. That was momentous. That means the transmission works, went in gear and all that. So kind of fun to see it up here instead of in my lake in the backyard where it sat for so many months. So I consider this a very successful day. So I'll sign off for now. See ya.